If you could go back to day one in your first CEO job, what is the one thing that you would tell your first-time CEO self?
Spend some time working out what motivates your board. As I say, they're a voluntary board, usually, in a not-for-profit sense. And so what has brought them to the table? Why are they motivated to spend their time to assist the organisation? What do they want to gain from their engagement? What is it that they feel particularly connected to? And how can you then, from understanding that, enrich that experience for your board? And therefore, once you've enriched that experience, you're getting a better product from them in terms of the decision making around the board table.
The board are my friends, that they're there to support me, and that I need to pick them really wisely.
Take your time. Take your time around the strategy. Don't go rushing, wanting to make quick wins to the board, and do the strategy, and that takes a bit of time. When you've got that sign off, hire the right team, and that takes a little bit of time. Do that change management process. Make sure that you've got the right people around you. Sometimes, you may be tempted to keep some people they're not good enough, or you think they're going to be all right for the next 6 to 12 months. I always feel that it's better to put your A team as quickly as possible on the job. You need to be very clear about the investment and the resources that you need to achieve your job, so have this conversation up front. Be very clear with your board that there's a delineation between management operation and board, so that you don't get directors constantly jumping in the operation or the management camp. And just trust yourself, and get the right people around you to support you.
I would tell myself that make sure the board matches the strategy, create diversity in decision making, which I think is really important, so that we have different perspectives when it comes to advice. We've got a great board, they're very strong, and they've been so instrumental along the way, and I commend them for being, mandating something more disruptive in the market, because we're one of the first in Australia, not the first, and we won't be the last, but we're really going global, and we're going for it, and we're punching above our weight, and the board have given us the nod to do so.
When I look back now, I think that there were some things I did right at the beginning and some things I didn't do so well. So I think I opened the relationship with the board well, and I'm very happy to say that my board continues to this day to be extremely supportive while keeping the required close eye on me. I think in terms of the staff, I came into this role following the very strong legacy left by a CEO who had been here for 10 years. I did not take that into account sufficiently, and as with the board, I came in fired up. I'd done a lot of work before actually beginning the role, so I knew exactly where I thought we needed to head, and I didn't work hard enough on bringing people with me, on giving people time, to adapt to that change. I think it's probably good, talking to myself, Carol, it's good for you not to come in, looking as though you have all the answers. It's good for you to take the time to listen. I did do that, but I did it thinking I had all the answers, if that makes sense. So it's good for you to do that, genuinely believing that you don't have all the answers, and to take the time to listen, because as we said, sometimes the answers can come from the funniest places,
If I was doing a note to myself, and that would take me back to February the 4th, 2002, it would be to be a lot more considerate and engaging of my family. The passion and enthusiasm I had for the role as startup founding CEO was very strong. So I'd give myself, I think, reasonably high marks for the energy around that and attacking that, but I give myself low marks for engaging the family in what I was doing and why I was doing what I was doing. So over time it's been a hugely positive experience for the family, but I suffer the classic type A, believe your own BS personality that sits behind probably most chief executives, founding chief executives, and I did a quite a B grade job of engaging my wife and the family in what it was that I was so passionate about. So if I could reinvent history or have a word to myself with the benefit of hindsight, that's what the message would be.